everyone, the last Tuesday of 2015. Here's a quick video update for you on this Tuesday afternoon that's pretty cloudy and a little murky, but not as lousy as yesterday when it was windy with rain and cold temperatures and even some sleet. We don't have much of that going on today. Pavement looks pretty dry on 224 in Boardman, where, no surprise, traffic pretty busy out there this afternoon. It looks a little bit murkier up in Niles, where it still may be trying to drizzle a little bit here at 2:09 p.m. The radar's pretty quiet, but when you have sometimes some drizzle or light rain, oftentimes it goes undetected under the radar, if you will. That radar beam is a couple or a few thousand feet above our heads because we're kind of halfway between the Pittsburgh and Cleveland radars, and that radar beam, as it travels away from the radar, goes up in elevation. So sometimes real light precipitation is hard to see. Now, we've already reached our high today. We peaked in the lower 50s in some spots earlier. We're now trailing back through the 40s, but hey, it's still above average for this time of the year when we should be in the lower and middle 30s. Wind gusts have been a story since yesterday, and they really peaked last evening. We had a 41-mile-per-hour wind gust in the 10 o'clock hour last evening. The wind died down for a time early this morning, but it has turned rather brisk with some wind gusts into the 20s this afternoon. As the colder air arrives as we ring in the new year, there will be some lake effect snow. We've been talking about this for a few days. I think this will be mostly, of course, in the snow belts from Ashtabula County on into Erie, PA, and into southwest New York. Some places are going to get a handful of inches, enough to shovel out of this. But in our viewing area, not expecting a whole lot more than flurries. Maybe someone in northeastern Mercer or far northern Trumbull gets a little bit out of this, but mostly just some mood flurries as we ring in the new year. All right, weather for Weather Geeks this evening. We're going to talk about the next week's worth of weather, of course, and then we're going to talk about the longer range, which, if you're rooting for some snow and some cold, may be of interest to you, at least the cold part. Not sure about the snow part in January, but starting around mid-January and taking us through the end of the month, it may very well be the most sustained period of cold weather we've had this winter. Of course, we've had very little cold weather so far, so it won't take much to say it's the most sustained period. But nonetheless, looks to turn colder later on in January, and we'll take a look at the latest climate models for February as well to see how much winter can be salvaged after this record warm December. That's on Weather for Weather Geeks this evening, and I'll see you also on TV this evening on 21 News at 6 and 11. Make it a great Tuesday.